Hello everyone, how you doing? I want to thank you for joining us on this live webinar today. This is Mitch and Donna. We're coming to you live from beautiful sunny Costa Rica.
Yes, and we are so excited just to be able to share this information with you. We've been in this industry sharing the water investment group for the past 6 years. And over the last 6 years, guys, I'm telling you, we have really been changing some lives. We've
Yes.
just been all over the world, anywhere, all over the United States.
Africa, South
Exactly.
America,
Yes,
you name it.
all over, sharing this water, sharing this information, and just getting the word out that there are other ways and other different types of water available out there to you that can actually make a difference in your body, in your health, and in your life as well. So again, thank you for joining this webinar that we have prepared for you, and we're going to jump right in because we have a lot of valuable information that we want to share.
Yeah, so Donna, what is the investment group?
Our investment group is a group of like-minded people who want to be successful. And it's people like entrepreneurs, professionals, business owners, homemakers, students, and everyone in between, also like baby boomers and retirees.
Also, people who want to take their financial futures into their own hands.
And they're just good, regular, hardworking individuals who have banded together to help each other succeed.
Also, we don't want to rely on the government to provide us, to bail us out and things of that nature, okay?
Exactly. So we've come together as the Water Investment Group, and we're just sharing as much as we possibly can to enlighten people so they can learn more about the different types of water that are available to them.
So as we know, the sign of the times. So Donna, can you tell them what the sign of the times have been?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's tough for a lot of people out there, and when you're looking at the unemployment rates, they're higher than they've been in the past decades. Also, about 10% nationally. And that is if you don't count all of the people who are even underemployed. We may have people on the line that, that are experiencing this, that have a college degree, that are professionals, but they just can't find a job. So my question to you is, what are you going to do?
Well, Donna, everyone seems to know someone who is looking for a job right now. You know that bankruptcies are around, that's out of control. It's like one in every 175 households now. Home foreclosures are everywhere, so it's just crazy.
Exactly. And also inflation. Everybody knows about that inflation. Inflation is on the rise regardless of what they're saying in the news. But look at the price of gasoline. Well, actually, lately the price of gasoline has actually gone down, which is a wonderful thing.
So we need to find various ways to make money or to invest money. Can you tell them some ways that that the people can invest their money?
Yes, absolutely. There are, as we all know, there's the stock market, and that has taken a bit of a hit in the recent years. It's gone up and down, which, you really can't expect too much more from the stock market. That's what it is meant to do. Also, there are pension funds that people are using, and it's another way to protect your money unless you worked for Enron, and everybody remember that Enron
Yes,
situation.
Now, people have bought and sold homes. That's also known as flipping. Now, if you had the money and credit to play the real estate game, then a lot of people made good fortunes with that. Now, education, you can also get into education as well, right?
Yep, education over many qualified people with degrees are working hourly jobs and trying to pay off their student loans. I've known many people who have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars just to go to school, and basically they're working just to pay those student loans off.
Now, Donna, how about gold and silver?
Yeah, well, gold and silver, if you didn't already buy it, it may be too late, just because the price of the ounce per ounce is going up, because everybody has started to invest in those things as well.
So, the next is the business startups.
Yes, yes. Now, starting your own business is absolutely the American dream. Everybody, and I can't necessarily say everybody, but a lot of entrepreneurs are really into that. They want to own their own business. They don't want to be told what to do. They want to have, a life of freedom and just to be able to relax and not, rush off to work or call in for sick time or anything like that.
Usually the free enterprise is what America was founded on.
Exactly. And usually it takes a large cash investment just to get started.
Yes. Now, product and inventory, you have employees, you have government regulations, you have healthcare requirements, taxes, and over 90% of startups
Usually
fail in the first 5 years.
Exactly. So that is something that's kind of difficult to get started doing, starting your own business. But then we have franchise opportunities.
Yes, now franchise opportunities, franchise work because they already have a system in place that you can follow. They already learned from their mistakes, so you don't even have to make them. And that's why they have a 95% success rate.
Exactly. Most franchises are going to require that you are hands-on in the operations of the business, but you'll still have to pay the taxes, the insurance, healthcare, and other government oversights that you're going to have to deal with. And generally, when you're looking at a franchise opportunity, you're going to need to have a very large amount of cash to get started, and you're looking at about $100,000 on average just to get you started in that. So that kind of wipes that off the table for a lot of people.
So this is what we say, timing is everything. Now, timing is important in everything we do, okay? Now, an opportunity is only good when there's a need for it.
Yes, like you wouldn't be able to sell an ice machine in Antarctica very well.
No,
that's
not
a joke.
at all.
That's a joke that we tell. So so opportunity is definitely everything, and it's also public knowledge that our healthcare system has its own problems.
Now, did you know that the U.S. is 37th in the world in healthcare system performance according to the World Health Organization?
Exactly. Baby boomers, and for those of you who don't know, baby boomers are those Americans that have been titled because they are over 65 years of age. So the baby boomers are spending $200 billion with a B.
Whoa.
On wellness-based products. Now, this figure is said to grow to about $1 trillion in the next decade. Now, let's break that down, because when we say 1 trillion, people just hear 1 trillion, but let's really look at that number.
I think that's 2.7 billion every day.
Every day.
114 million every hour, and 1.9 million every minute.
$1.9 million every minute is being spent by baby boomers in this health industry. So to us, that sounds like it is a problem. It's an issue, and it's something that needs to be addressed. So listen up, because we may have the solution for you.
So what it is the philosophy of triple health. And that's what we believe in. And that's what Be Alkalized basically is.
Exactly. Your financial health directly affects your physical health.
Your mental health affects your physical health.
And then the philosophy of triple health can help you in all three of these critical areas of your life. And I'm going to present you with an opportunity where you can receive all three: physical health, mental health, and also financial health. So we really ask that you take a moment right now, take a deep breath, open your minds. Don't take this information lightly. It is very serious. It is very important. This warrants serious consideration, and it just might change your life as it has both Mitch and myself.
Exactly. Now, change your water, change your life. Now, that's the motto for this presentation, and we're sticking by it.
Absolutely. So, health and water. This is what we're going to be talking about and addressing from here for the next couple of slides. So our bodies are over 70% water.
Our blood is over 90% water.
And our brains are over 90% water as well.
Now, just like the earth, we're over 2/3 of water.
So the average American, if you just think about the amount of water that you drink in a day, the average American doesn't drink enough water. And then they say 8 glasses, drink 8 glasses. Does that make any sense? Because for me, if you weigh 100 pounds, should you drink the same amount of water as someone who weighs 250 pounds? If you work construction and in the hot heat all day, would you need the same amount of water as someone who works in an office that is cool? So every function in the body happens around water.
Now, what we're going to talk about now is the worldwide life expectancy. Now, this is a United Nations worldwide life expectancy graph by the countries, okay? Now, notice that the United States barely made the list at 38. Guess who's at number 1? Japan. Japan is number 1 in the world. And look at the other countries who are ranked higher than the United States. Now, obviously, the Japanese have something figured out. Now, that America doesn't have. Now, Americans spend more on healthcare than any other country in the world, and we ain't even in the top 10 yet. Now, why do you think that we don't rank higher? Could it be our diets, Donna?
It could definitely be our diets, but it could also be, some other things that we are going to address in this presentation. So, Enagic and Kangen water is not just a filtered water. We get a lot of people that say,
No.
hey, let me know about your filter. What's up with your filter?
Is it a Brita?
Yeah, so Kangen water is just not filtered water. It is restructured, microclustered, energized, antioxidant, oxygen-rich, and alkalized water. Now, that is a mouthful, but those are all the things that Kangen water is. Kangen water can be provided or produced by an ionizer that is produced or manufactured by our company, Enagic Inc. And this is an Enagic SD501 that you see here on your screen. It is the top of the line Enagic Level Luck series ionizer that produces the highest grade of Kangen water that's out there and available. Now, this may be the first time that you've heard of this type of water, but believe us, it has been consumed by the Japanese for decades, okay?
Now, Enagic is the gold standard. Now, in 1974, Enagic started producing water ionizers, okay? In 1987, the Japanese Ministry of Health and Welfare, that's equivalent to the US FDA, has approved Enagic as a medical equipment manufacturer. Okay.
Now this is only, let's keep in mind that we don't get any lines crossed here. This is only a medical device in Japan. It is not considered a medical device in the US. So in Japan, it has all of its certifications as a medical equipment manufacturer. Enagic cannot take shortcuts because in order to have those certifications, you have to meet or exceed regulatory requirements applicable to manufacturing medical devices, okay? So the Enagic devices, the Kangen water devices, they entered the United States market way back in 2003. That's over 10 years ago, about 12, 13 years ago. And it's relatively unknown until 2006 outside of Japanese American communities.
Now, this here, we're just going to show you a few of the certificates and the awards that Enagic has received.
And all of these can be seen on the corporate website. If you go to enagic.com, that's ENAGIC.com. Enagic ionizers are certified as medical devices in Japan, as we stated earlier. Enagic ionizers are used in many of the top hospitals there in Japan.
And our so-called competitors don't even have these certificates and awards like these, okay?
Exactly, and that's very important because as you go out and you're doing your research, you want those products and those devices that have certifications to verify that they are actually going to do exactly what they say that you're going to get as you're drinking your waters.
Now, what we love so much about Enagic, the SD501, it makes 7 different waters produced by Enagic, okay? And what are these waters, Donna?
Well, you have the on the pH chart, you have a range of 0 through 14, and each one of these different pH levels are going to provide you with a different benefit. So, for example, on the device that you see here in the on the screen, the water, if you press a certain button, you will get a low pH. A low pH of 2.5 water is used in the Japanese hospitals. The 2.5 and 5.5 waters are great for your skin because your skin's pH is slightly acidic.
Now, the 5.5 water is also fantastic for your house plants. Now, 7.0 water is neutral, okay, the pH. And that's for taking medications.
Exactly. And then you have a pH level of 8.5 through 9.5, and that is for your drinking water. So as you're drinking the waters, you want to start at a lower alkalinity and then work your way up to the higher alkalinity. And then we have the 11.5 that's used to clean fruits and vegetables. And when you see that being done, it will absolutely blow your mind.
Remarkable.
How the pesticides and everything come off the fruits because of this very high oxygen-rich alkalinity of 11.5.
Now, the 11.5 is also good to clean carpets, counters, showers, toilets, clothes, and etc. So it's basically you can make your own organic house cleaning products.
That's right. So the antioxidant Kangen water, the first most important property of the Kangen water is its antioxidant value.
Now, everyone has heard of antioxidants and their importance to staying healthy. Now, oxidation occurs naturally through fruits and vegetables, as seen here.
Exactly. So oxidation, everyone knows what oxidation is, and it is in the body, and it's known as aging. And that's something that we're all trying to avoid, all trying to, slow down and stop that process. We want to stop the aging process by what we know as antioxidants. So Kangen water is a natural antioxidant type of water. Now we can measure antioxidant values using an ORP meter, which we will give you a link to be able to see a live demonstration of some of the waters that are showing you what the ORP is. But right now we're just going to show you a chart of oxidation reduction potential. And a lot of people try to figure out, well, what is it, and try to get an understanding. But if you look at ORP and say that word backwards, then you'll get a better understanding. It is the potential to reduce the state of oxidation inside of our bodies.
So basically everything has oxidation reduction potential value, okay? Now, green tea is a well-known antioxidant, and as you look at the chart, it measures at a negative 100 on the meter.
Exactly.
So vitamin C, it's a negative 80. Tap water is a plus 300 to 500. That means it's bad. Think of it as a golf score, okay? Soda is around 300, over 300. Reverse osmosis water is usually around 200. Now look at this. Look at the Kangen water on the chart. The Kangen water on the chart is anywhere from negative 250 to negative 500 depending on the mineral content of your water sources.
Okay, so alkalinity is the next important property of Kangen water. Now up here on the screen we have someone that we all should be very appreciative of. His name is Dr. Otto Warburg, and whether you know him or not, he had a PhD in chemistry and a doctorate in medicine. And what he was able to do and establish was he won the Nobel Prize in Physiology back in 1931. And what his research concluded is that there is a direct correlation between the alkalinity of your body and your health. So in 80 years, Dr. Warburg's research has never been refuted.
Wow.
And that's amazing. So He came up with this information saying that normal cells produce energy by using oxygen in an alkaline environment. And he did some studies and tests, but in 80 years, no one has come and said that this information is incorrect. So he in 2009, Harvard University decoded some of Otto's research from 80 years ago, and it has opened up new treatments that's available to the public as we speak.
Now, the experts do agree, okay? Now, there have been over 1,000 books written on the subject of alkalinity and the importance of pH balance of the body, okay? Now, there are just a few of them, and we're going to name them. The enzyme factor, the China study, alkalize or die. And as we know, many experts and doctors understand the importance of diet and water to your health.
Exactly. So, if you have some time, take a look, write down some of these titles to the books. Go out and get some. Go to the library, read some, because they're very informative, especially if you're in awe with with what alkaline water can do for your body.
Now, alkalize, then we're going to talk about the alkalize part of Kangen water, okay? Now, as you can see here on the chart, this is a pH chart. The left side is acidic and the right side is alkaline. Now, when you are alkaline, you are in good health. And now when you're acidic, you are in poor health. And what you can do is you can measure the pH of liquids with the pH test drops. Now, as you can see, the pH of soda is very acidic. The pH of reverse osmosis water, that's normally your bottled waters, they're acidic. The pH of sports drinks is very acidic, and your pH of tap water is somewhere around neutral. Now, as you can see, the power of Kangen water is very alkaline.
Now, also, I just want to address the reverse osmosis part, because a lot of people really do swear by it. They have purchased the reverse osmosis system. Now, where reverse osmosis is good is because it's a purification process that does strip all of your chemicals that are found in the water, things that are hard to remove, like arsenic and other types of things. But as it's going through the purification process, guys, it's also taking out the necessities, the minerals and the nutrients that your body requires in order for it to remain healthy. So please keep that in mind. Reverse osmosis, after it is stripped of everything, becomes a very acidic type of water for your body to drink.
And we're going to go ahead and talk about the micro clustering aspects of everything, okay? Now, the micro clustering aspects of this, you have to understand, it's also called restructured or hexagonal water. Now, if you try, so this is an example of a chain link fence, okay? Now, if you try to throw some tennis balls through this fence, what will happen? It will be very difficult. Now, if you throw a handful of marbles at the same fence, now most will pass right through. Now, this is clearly an example of what a micro cluster is in the restructured of Kangen water is. So Kangen water hydrates the cells better because it's sort of like the marbles going through the fence. It's going to go ahead and penetrate faster.
Exactly. So with that being said, Kangen water is a water that is actually changed at the molecular level. The molecules in Kangen water are in smaller clumps, so to speak, or in smaller clusters, which makes it easier for your cells in your body to absorb the water and then actually hydrate your body a little bit better than those regular H2O molecules that are huge and your body just cannot absorb those. So regular clumps of water, as I stated to you, are on the photo in the left side of the screen, and they're just harder for your body to absorb. And you can actually feel the difference of this water on your tongue. So the smaller water molecules in Kangen water can actually be demonstrated with the use of some tea bags. And again, when you get to see the live demonstration, we will show you the tea bag demonstration so you can see exactly what we're referring to.
Now, the good thing is about Kangen water, you can drink it, okay? But also with the SD501, it is also known for cleaning and disinfecting. The SD501 can produce two very special waters that other ionizers cannot even do. They can't make an 11.5 and a 2.5 pH. Exactly.
So these waters are great for cleaning, and they're also great for disinfecting. So we can demonstrate the two properties of these waters. 11.5 can be used to wash the chemicals applied to our fruits and vegetables, and just by that process alone, just soaking them in the 11.5 actually makes your fruits and vegetables organic.
And Donna, you can also smell the 2.5 water, and you will be amazed that it's just water. It's just water.
Yes, and it removes the chemicals from your home. So not only are, like Mitch said, not only are we drinking the waters, but we're also cleaning our homes with it. We're washing our fruits and vegetables with the water, and it's absolutely a miracle some of the things that we're able to do with the those two pH levels of the water. Now we want to introduce you to two people that, you know, we're very thankful that that they're here and around, but we want to introduce you to them. And the first person is Dr. Hiromi Shinya, and he is a pioneer of the colonoscopy surgery, and it was actually named after him, and it's called the Shinya technique. Now, what he has done is he has examined over 300,000 stomachs and intestines, and you can actually pick up one of his books, The Enzyme Factor, and he goes into exactly what he's done, but it's just phenomenal, some of the things that he has done as a gastroenterologist. And then we also want to introduce you to Dr. Horst Filzer. And he is a vascular surgeon, and he received his degree from Harvard University, and he's a huge advocate of the Kangen water. He had an active surgical practice for over 35 years, and both of these doctors are on the Enagic Medical Advisory Board, and they recommend Kangen water.
So let's go ahead and get into the mechanics of the Enagic ionizers, okay? Now we're going to break it down for you, basically the plates. Now our nearest competitor only has a 244 square inches of the plates. We're going to talk about the power, the transformer. The transformer is the no power. Basically it shuts off and turns back on. The transformer source is the most consistent power source, and it's used in the medical devices in medical facilities, okay?
And then we have the SMPS. Now that's an average power, and it is half of max. Nearest competitor has 150 SMPS, which nets out to be about 75 watts.
What we also have with these SD5 or Enagic machines is patented cleaning cycle. Now with the cleaning cartridges, hard water mineral scaling is the #1 killer of ionizers. So Enagic has the only patented system to remove and protect your machine.
Now the SD501 comes standard with a full 5-year warranty. Competitors generally have about a 3 to 5 year warranty, and often hard water, if you run hard water through your devices, that voids the warranty. So this when most of the US has hard water.
Now you have to think about the ISO. So when you do your research, Enagic machines, including the SD501, has the ISO 9001. We have the ISO 14001. And this is very important because most ionizers do not have this. We're basically the only ionizer that has the ISO 13485, and that's a big one.
So this award certifies that Enagic uses the management system standards of the design and manufacture of electrolysis water generators for medical and general use. We're also known as the original equipment manufacturer, the OEM. And most of our competitors purchase their parts from a Korean company called Emco and place their own private label names on the ionizers. So Enagic is the only vertically integrated water ionizer company, and vertically integrated company, which means that the produce of the parts and the ionizers, they are not outsourced.
That's very important. Now, every ionizer is produced by one technician. So that means there's no assembly line, okay?
And the compliance department, we have a compliance department that maintains accuracy and integrity of the marketing materials that we're able to share with other people in order to get this word out about the ionizers.
So let's go ahead and talk about the competition, okay?
So when you do your homework, please understand that there are a few things that you need to know. Now, anyone can say anything on the internet. True.
Yes.
There aren't internet police out there that are making sure people are being honest and trustworthy and things like that. So many of our so-called competitors use our trademarks illegally.
And it's so funny that they compare their units to Enagic in every comparison. Now, as you know that, well, Enagic is the gold standard. Now, that should be apparent after some of the information that we just went through. Now, our so-called competitors are trying to convince people that you can get the same quality at half price. Now, that is basically just not how life works, Donna. And most of us have found that over the course of our lives, you get what you pay for.
Exactly. You get what you pay for, and people get excited, when they're looking and they're doing their research and like, oh my God, well, we can get an Enagic device, something just like it, for half the price. But of course, that makes absolutely no sense. Enagic is a company that is held to a different standard than its competitors. We manufacture our own devices. We manufacture in a medical device facility, and we have to maintain standards to keep those certifications that we showed you earlier. Again, a lot of the competitors are buying parts and assembling their units as inexpensively as they possibly can. This shows with their finished product. You can taste it, you can feel it, and you can't, it's just a total different experience. So don't be one of the people that chooses to go for price on something when it's regarding as important as these ionizers are. So they can say whatever they want on their website, and trust us, they do. But it really comes down to the OEM, the original equipment manufacturer. It also comes down to vertically integrated that we discussed. It comes down to the ISO 13485, the DSA, and we have right around 40 years of experience. So there is absolutely no comparison when it comes to what our devices are able to give you in whole.
So this is the conclusion: change your water and change your life.
So you have several choices at this point. You can do nothing, or you can contact us to take a look at the different devices that are available to you, or you can and then start drinking the water immediately, or you can go to our website as well to take a look at the information and start sharing the water with the Enagic opportunity. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the next section of our presentation, and this is just for the people who are interested in looking at a business structure. So what we like to say is, go ahead, come on, let's join the Water Investment Group. Let's get started in your business today. So let's talk about the initial investment and things that you would need to do to get started.
Now, with your investment, the initial investment of a SD501, granted, we have different ones that you can choose, but the initial investment of this FD501 is $39.80. Now, how many businesses can you start for under $4,000? Now,
So what we want to do is we want to talk about why we actually invested in our device. We had some, very personal things that happened to us when we first heard about the water, and it really technically just helped people in my family to see tremendous results in their health in terms of different things that they were battling. And once we saw that their whole body started to change and their health started to get a little bit better, then we knew that this was something that we wanted to do. We wanted to share it with as many people as possible, because there's so many people out there who are looking for a change in their life. And if you're anything like us, then you want to help those people. You want those people to find the solution to their problems. And so that's the main reason that we got started with sharing the water. And again, we've been doing this for the last 6 years. We said it in the beginning, we've been all over the world, speaking to different people, introducing them to this industry leader, the top of the line product, so we can get the best results with the water. We will help you share this concept with other like-minded individuals like yourself.
So basically, you're going to go ahead and pay now, or you're going to go ahead and pay later for your water. So when you think about cost, okay, and we really thought about cost as well. Now, this is a cost comparison chart showing the actual cost of drinking water over the course of 15 years. Now, this is based on our SD501 ionizer on an average of a family of 4. Now, it includes the initial cost of the machine. It includes the cost of the replacement high grade filter every year, 5 deep cleanings by Enagic, regular cleanings with the Enagic cartridges, okay? Now, based on a family of 4 drinking half their body weight in ounces every day, a father might be 190 pounds, a mother 160 pounds, 13-year-old boy around 100 pounds, and a 10-year-old girl around 75 pounds.
Exactly. So again, you can either pay now or pay later. So by investing in this device to number one, start your business, but also for your family, you're looking at just over in a 15-year total of about $6,000, right? But if you're going out and you're purchasing Dasani, Aquafina, Fiji, which so many people are doing, they swear by this bottled water, and they're spending upwards of $96,000 in a 15-year period just to supply the water for a family of 4 that we discussed. So, and that's going to be for the Fiji water, $96,000. Now, you can also do a home delivery, which people do, but still, you're spending $15,000 or $16,000 for that over the next 15 years. So, what is a better option? Spend now or to pay later.
Now, Enagic's compensation plan is very great. Now, as we discussed earlier, Enagic is not a MLM. Again, I'm going to say this again. Enagic is not a MLM. Enagic is a direct sales company. Okay, so let me show you how they are different than a MLM. Now, first, Enagic pays a commission based on the total number of investors you have in your group. Now, the more investors, the higher the commission, with the max of $1,710 per investor. Now, your first 2 investors will pay $285 each to you. With each investor, depending on whether they join your group or depending on what commissions you will earn. Now, if you have 12 people in your group, and you bring on the 13th, you will earn $855 for that investor. Second, there's no quotas. The number of investors in your group accumulate over time. They don't start over each month like MLMs.
Exactly. So, also, you don't have to personally sign up each investor in your organization, right? So, every investor who joins your organization counts towards your total to the left. So, there are 8 points of commission paid out for each new investor. This is just one of the many ways that you can earn commissions. It may be confusing for you right now, or it may not be. But if this is something that you are looking into, then you want to contact us immediately, and we will be able to explain to you exactly what that pay structure or compensation plan is. So let me kind of break it down in a way or in terms that may be a little bit easier. So each commission level, if you look at it like a highway, you will earn up to that amount for each investor who joins your organization. So if an investor in your $1,140 highway or lane brings in their first investor, then you will receive a commission for $1,140, even though you did not personally invite this person in to join the organization. So it's some phenomenal things going on here, and we're very excited to be able to share this with you again. So Enagic is a current and proud member of the Direct Selling Association that Mitch was saying to you earlier.
So if you do not know about the Direct Sales Association, the Direct Selling Association, there are approximately only 200 and some members of the Direct DSA, okay? You can also go to www.dsa.org for information to see Enagic there. Now, the DSA is the National Trade Association of leading firms that manufacture and distribute goods and services sold directly to customers. Now, there are tens of thousands of companies who would love to be a member of the DSA. They have a very strict membership guidelines for this. Now, if some or any of them claim to be, on the internet, by our competitors are true, then they will be a part of the DSA. So you can look them up online.
Exactly. So basically, if anything that those people were really saying about our company was even halfway true, then Enagic would not be a part of the Direct Sales Association. It just wouldn't happen because of how strict their membership is to get there. So, use your own mind, use your own intelligence, and make a very good decision as to what they're trying to tell you online, or what is actually the truth. So Enagic is not the new kid on the block. They have an international presence with offices all over the world. We have multiple offices in U.S. We have international offices in Japan, Taiwan,
Hong Kong, Canada, Mexico, Australia, Italy, the Philippines, Korea, and basically it's open to a lot of countries around the world.
Exactly. And Enagic is also a privately held and debt-free company. And as we stated several times, it is direct sales. We are direct sales. We are not a multi-level marketing company.
Also, Mr. Ashiro, the owner of the company, was one of the largest Sony distributors in the world. So he bought Enagic and has built it into what it is today.
Enagic's compensation plan is based on how Sony distributors were paid on their sales when he was with them originally. And then also you have tax advantages to owning your own business. The number 2 tax advantage to owning a home. And then another thing is it's just a one-time purchase. A lot of times with these businesses, you have what they call auto ship, where you have to pay a small amount every month. And people don't really stick with those auto ships too long. So this is just a one-time purchase. It's a small investment with a big return possibility. With Mitch and I, like I said, we've been doing this for the past 6 years, and we've made well over 6, 10, 15 times our initial investment over the 6 years. So there is no inventory. There is nothing that you have to purchase for, to keep and store in your home. Enagic has always been a product driven company. So often other opportunities are driven by the business and the money and, let's go make the money. But Enagic has just been driven by the actual Kangen water. When someone tries the water, then they are pretty much ready to invest in their own device. So why our investment group?
Now, basically, we have a product that is simply amazing. Everyone already knows they need to drink water. It's a must. You don't have to convince anyone that they need to use our product like other opportunities because it's water.
Exactly. And we are a member of the DSA. And this isn't an organization that you pay your dues and become a member. The Direct Sales Association members are the best of the best. And we have the online websites and tools that are already created for you. All you have to do is just plug into the system and use them. We have an established leadership team who are successful. We have conference calls that's available to you to take part in and learn from those who have come before you. We also, Mitch and I do plenty of training, do training and webinars. There are also training and webinars that are held all over the world. So you can attend those and learn how to operate your business. So there are so many different tools that's available for you to be successful, as do many of the people who have started with the online Kangen water business.
Now, megatrends. When you're an investor, you have to look at the next megatrend. Okay. Now, Enagic is positioned to become the next big megatrend. Now, remember the microwave?
Yep.
Okay. Now, how about the first cell phone?
Yep. Remember that too.
Now, could you imagine being a representative for the first digital cameras? Now, how about iPod or iPad? Now, all these products were all megatrends. Enagic is going to go through the same growth cycle as these products. All of these products have.
So 95% of all sales will happen in a 5 to 10 year period. And you can position yourself and your organization to be a part of this massive growth period that we're experiencing right now. So again, our company motto is
change your water, change your life.
And by simply just changing your water, you can change your life and your finances and so many things that this water is helping with other people. So we strongly encourage you to get all of your questions answered. We're going to have a link after this video, or we'll send it to you in an email where you can schedule a one-on-one consultation with Mitch and I. And we'll be able to talk to you and answer any questions that you have. So take a serious look at what we are doing here, what we have shown you. Opportunities like this just do not come along every day. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity that you just don't want to let get away. We hope you choose to be a part of our water investment group and that you too will choose to change your water and change your life. Thank you so much for your undivided attention, and we look forward to speaking with you soon.
Be alkalized.
Be alkalized.